Syosset High School is situated in the heart of Syosset, New York, right on the north shore of Long Island. From restaurants and theaters to golf courses and country bike trails, Syosset offers many opportunities, and Syosset High School is the pride of this thriving community.
The 1,683 students that compose Syosset High School represent a melting pot of cultures, looks, and personalities. We are athletes and scholars, artists and musicians, and we all represent the Syosset Braves. Here's a glimpse at some of the faces that fill our halls each day.
Our favorite teacher is Mr. Samek.
We like him because he gave us A's instead of B+.
And he tells funny stories.
Our favorite teacher is Mr. Gordon because he's a great Gordini physics machine.
My favorite teacher is Andrea Stolzenberg.
Mr. Rajran is my favorite teacher because he's taught me everything I have to know.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Gordon because he's a really cool guy and he's a Stones fan, which really, you know.
From Project Advanced Sociology to Bible Literature and AP Art History to Japanese, Syosset High School offers a broad range of classes to satisfy all the interests of our students. We have a huge selection of advanced placement and college-level courses that make our academics top-notch.
Separated. Hey! The man you disrespecting me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated.
Here at Syosset High School, the 5 minutes between each period doesn't give us much time to get from one class to the next. But whether it be in the middle of E Hall traffic or by the front of C Hall, we always find the time to hang out with our friends.
My favorite TV show is ER.
My favorite TV show is Home Improvement.
My favorite TV show is 90210 Beverly Hills.
Our favorite TV show is Seinfeld.
Mine is Friends, really, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Our favorite TV show is Friends. My favorite show is Melrose. Melrose, please.
This year, my favorite TV show is Party of Five.
Every year at Syosset High School, we all look forward to Spirit Week. Spirit Week 94 was especially successful because everyone from the freshmen to the seniors took part.
The county meet. Captains on the South Street guys and stats.
Seniors on the team are Suda Venkatchalam, Laura Shudo, and Karen Jones.
We're the girls' varsity soccer team. The captains are Jamie Moore.
Steve Rentover, Mike Endies, Greg Fishbein, Jim Gilroy.
Terry Jacob, Linda Ma, and Jenny Tay.
Junior, we play Great Neck North next week in our playoff match. And our team is mixed.
What I'm going to miss most about Syosset is all my friends because we had so many memories together and I'll never be able to forget them.
We'll remember our friends the most out of everything in Syosset High School.
What would you say our most memorable experiences of Syosset High School were?
Well, I would definitely have to say it was when we toilet papered the football captains and all our friends' houses during homecoming week.
Hey, Amanda, what will you remember most about high school?
I'll probably remember the senior trip.
Me too, I think so. That was fun.
The Braves varsity football team entered the 94-95 season under a new coaching staff led by Mr. Paul Rourke. Senior captains Chuck Hong, Justin Koningsberger, and Donnie Pace led the young team to a 7th-place finish in Conference 1 with a 4-4 record and wins over Hicksville, East Meadow, Port Washington, and Oceanside. With many promising underclassmen, the Braves promise to be a force to be reckoned with next year.
The boys varsity soccer team, coached by Mr. Joel Goldberg and led by captains Noah Beck, Marco Meneses, and Raj Salvadori, entered the 94-95 season with a great 6-0 start. They made it to the playoffs seeded second, but experienced a disappointing loss to Baldwin in the first round. Chad Prince achieved All-American status, and he and Jeff Birnbaum received all-county recognition for their outstanding play. The return of 9 starters will make the team a serious contender in 95.
This year's girls varsity soccer team was coached by Diana Leva and Barbara Babcock and led by senior captains Lauren Bernstein, Stephanie Marks, and Jamie Moiger. Although the final record was 4-9, the team gave it their all and were ranked 8th in Nassau County Class A and made it to the quarterfinals of the playoffs.
Under the guidance of Coach Alice Shander, the leadership of Captain Betty Park, the girls' varsity volleyball team achieved a record of 7-8. The young team has mastered the teamwork and skills that are essential for successful seasons to come.
The annual Homecoming Carnival on Saturday, October 22nd was the culminating event of a week of school spirit activities. There were many rides and Syosset's clubs and teams conducted game and refreshment stands while bands such as Moonshine entertained the crowd. It was a beautiful day and all enjoyed wearing their Spirit Week t-shirts.
On the Friday of Spirit Week, October 21st, every senior got up early to take the annual senior class picture. This event went smoothly until seniors in the top row got too excited and caused a human landslide. Luckily, no one was injured and a great memory was made.
This year's Battle of the Classes pitted grade against grade. Competition included hall decorating, class banners, and a field day with everything from tug-of-war to the three-legged race.
On Spirit Day, the student government conducted a t-shirt and bake sale while DJ Mike Lee entertained the crowd in the lobby.
The annual motorcade before the homecoming game involved over 20 cars this year. Cars showed brave spirit by wearing Native American headdresses, red bandanas, and face paint.
At halftime of Syosset's homecoming game against Massapequa, the cheerleaders and kick line put on an amazing show for the crowd. They did a great job at getting everyone revved up.
To meet, no defeat. To conquer is our aim. Till we are blessed. We are blessed.
Best class has got to be Japanese because we got the best teacher. I mean, Sensei is great. She's fun, she's energetic, she's exciting, and the class is just enjoyable. It's a lot of work, but hey, it's worth it.
Of the 4 classes I take this year, sociology would have to be the best with Chippeting.
This year, English is one of my favorite classes. Miss Leeds is one of the best teachers in the school.
Miss Leeds rocks.
Our favorite class is chorus because we love Miss Bortney. It's a lot of fun to sing, and it's a great place to be the center of attention.
The music department at Syosset High School is one of the best in New York State. In addition to the 4 bands, 4 choruses, and 3 orchestras we have, there are also award-winning extracurricular music acts such as the Adelettes and the Jazz Ensemble. 34 of Syosset's musicians this year were chosen for All County.
On January 27th, Syosset High School held their annual Battle of the Bands. Although there were no successful mosh pits this year, it was still a great night. The bands this year were Kind Harvest, Sanford & Son, Twisted Wisdom, and Moonshine. Although each band did an amazing job, Sanford & Son, with its lead singer Dan Federa, emerged victorious.
The art program at Syosset High School is second to none. Our school's many talented artists are enrolled in classes such as painting, ceramics and sculpture, fashion design, and advertising. The works of the students are displayed in art shows throughout the year.
Whether we want to admit it or not, the teachers here at Syosset have a tremendous impact on our lives. Not only do they shape our minds in the classroom, but they go beyond their duties, and they are our coaches, our club advisors, and our chaperones. Here are some of those famous people we see each day.
Talk to me, baby. What haven't I heard?
all wonder, but we're too embarrassed to ask?
Have you ever wondered why teachers always tell you to look it up in the dictionary when you can't spell it?
Have you ever wondered how the hair on your arm knows when to stop growing?
Why do fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? Why do they call them a pair of jeans if there's only one?
Why do they call them apartments when they're all stuck together?
Why do they call it cottage cheese when it's not made in cottage? It doesn't taste like cheese.
Why do they call it lipstick when it always comes off?
The boys' varsity basketball team started their season seated 11th in Nassau County. The team was coached by Mr. George Myers and led by captains Drew Gellin, Chris Sale, and Danny Hanwacker. The team finished with an impressive overall record of 7-10. Much of their success was due to the fine play of Chris Sale and Drew Gellin, who were the team's 2 highest scorers.
The girls' varsity basketball team was very successful in the 94-95 season. They were 6-6 in their conference and 9-7 overall. The team was coached by Ms. Diane Oliva and led by senior captains Louise Buckley and Jen Horan. Starters Carolyn Crescio, Aileen Daly, Kelly Hendrickson, and famous freshman sensation Suzanne Bird helped the team make it to the county playoffs.
With only 3 returning seniors on the team, new head coach Jim Polanski, assistant coach Rich Powell, and senior captains Brad Morrison and Ari Bird were able to lead the young team to come within 3 points in their final match to make it to the conference finals. The team looks forward to the future and hopes to gain a playoff berth next season.
On February 3rd, the student government brought back an old tradition to Syosset High School. The idea behind this year's Brave Appreciation Day is to support our teams. The lobby was decorated with school colors and the jazz band entertained the crowd. That afternoon, loyal Brave fans watched the varsity basketball team pull off a last-minute win over the Mepham Pirates.
The varsity cheerleaders and the kick line practiced every day to perfect their routines for the halftime show. On Brave Appreciation Day, all the fans watched as the 2 award-winning teams did another flawless performance.
Syosset High School's Italian club sponsored a teacher-student basketball game on Friday night, March 10th. Members of the varsity basketball team and other students played against some of Syosset's more physically fit teachers. In the end, whether it was due to youth or determination, the students prevailed.
Here's a look at Syosset High School's future budding musicians.
Oh, honey, little eyes, I love you. Honey, little eyes, I love you. Honey, love you in the spring.
Hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance,
The new, the cool in 1995. New technology continue to impact our lives in information and entertainment. 4 of every 5 computers sold now have CD-ROM capabilities, advancing the digital movement in the home as well as the office. And in schools, as the first interactive CD yearbooks were introduced by NVY, combining video and print memories. New, stronger satellites allowed the home satellite dish to shrink to the size of a large pizza. And there was new telecommunications legislation that will blur the lines between cable, electric, and telephone companies' services internationally. In the theaters, the story of a simple man and his life set box office records. Forrest Gump dominated the Oscars, including Best Movie, Actor, and Director. The top soundtrack of a film, an easy winner, the animated Lion King. On television, Home Improvement and Seinfeld remained at the top of primetime ratings. New hit series included Friends and the return of the hour-long drama, ER, Emmy-winning emergency room fiction.
Are you ready?
What's your beef?
We hate it when the library does not receive the publicity it deserves for advancing our education.
Syosset High School's winter play this year was Our Town. It was put on by the extracurricular drama club ACT, under the direction of advisors Mr. Mark Thompson and Mr. Burby. It was a great chance for students of all grade levels interested in acting to show their talent.
I'm worried about you.
What are you worried about?
Sir, that's the way it goes. In 84, we had a baseball player side.
Don't you think that's probably it?
Yes, I never thought of that.
A girl.
2 strawberry ice cream soda. Yes? Yes, sir. I tell you.
Everybody should hear you. Never stop. I'm ashamed of you.
Where's that?
Sure.
I am married. 2 rounds.
The friends made at Syosset High School will last a lifetime. Here's a look at some of those friendships.
On March 16th, 17th, and 18th, the senior class performed their rendition of the musical Kiss Me Kate, the classic play within a play. Todd Prince starred as Fred Graham and Petruchio, and Suzanne Eckelman starred as Lily Vanessa and Catherine. The cast and crew worked for several months, and the play was a success thanks to the dedication of producer-director Lydia Esslinger.
I wrote it with my tongue in my cheek and my lips with a smile. So kiss me, Kate. So please don't have my precious prize.
Hello, with the baby tonight. I'd like to fool with the baby tonight.
If a custom tailor vet asks me out for something wet,
I'll sing it through for all of you.
Love with the night mysterious.
Rush up, is she fair, and the women you will bow.
It's not the Guggenheim, but it's just about the next best thing. Displayed in Syosset High School's lobby during the year are the talents of its emerging artists. While they're not worth a fortune, I'm sure the artists' moms would be proud.
Syosset High School's technology department held its annual egg dropping contest in the school lobby this year. Students had their carefully designed mechanisms raised on a crane and dropped down in front of a packed audience. Luckily, not too many eggs splattered and nobody got hurt.
The fall of '94 will always be remembered in baseball. No World Series due to the players' strike. In other sports news this year, Nebraska went undefeated to finish #1 in the college football polls. World Cup soccer came to the USA. Brazil left with the coveted championship. Steve Young and Jerry Rice connected as the 49ers won another Super Bowl. British Columbia over Baltimore for the CFL Grey Cup. Unbeaten Connecticut won the women's championship, defeating Tennessee. And UCLA returned to the Final Four, beating Arkansas for the title. Akeem, Clyde, and Houston swept Orlando for another NBA title. New Jersey's Devils raised the Stanley Cup by sweeping Detroit.
The boys varsity baseball team had a successful season this year. The team was coached by Mr. Nakashian and assistant coach Levain and manager Paul DiTomaso, and led by co-captains Dave Shibahuth and Robert Dixon. They made it to the playoffs for the first time in 3 years and handed eventual county champion Massapequa its only loss. Ari Goldblatt and John Cucci were all division honorable mentions. Rob Dixon and Brad Cada were named all-conference, and David Shivahuth was named all-county.
This year's girls varsity softball team was coached by Marianne Conchesi and assisted by George Myers. The Lady Braves had a successful season, and they look forward to many winning seasons to come.
The boys varsity volleyball team finished 4th in the county under the leadership of Coach Tom Gordon and senior captains Craig Lowenstein, who received all-county and all-tournament distinction, and Wesley Shee, who was named all-conference along with Norman Lee and John Hahn. The team's overall record was 9-3.
This year's boys varsity lacrosse team gave it their all and came close to making it to the county playoffs. Most of the team were returning players with the exception of 2 seniors. The team was coached by Tom Finnegan and led by senior co-captains Craig Estevez and Justin Koningsberger. Seniors Jeff Capobianco as midfielder and Brad Morrison as attackman also helped the team's success. The team looks forward to making it to the playoffs next year.
The girls varsity lacrosse team made it to the playoffs this year under the guidance of Coach Christensen and leadership of returning seniors Erica DeJong, Heather Browser, Lauren Feld, Shannon Simbel, Lindsay Schwartz, and Betty Park. The team improved much from last year's team and is looking forward to continued success in the future.
we're standing here after 4 years at this school, and we'd like to thank everyone for such a good time. And that's about it, I think.
Benjamin Pendroff, Benji, Ben, whatever you want to call me, Benny, as Mike would call me. And although I've been neglected by much of Syosset and the Western Hemisphere, I'm still proud to say that I'm a member of the 1995 graduating class of Syosset High School.
Hi, my name is Heather, and this is Jen, and we're best friends, and this is the story of our high school career.
Okay, in 9th grade we had no classes together, in 10th grade we had 6, in 11th grade we had our whole schedule together, and in 12th grade we had 4, and now we're going to Northwestern together next year.
And hopefully we'll arrange to have every single class together, major in the same thing, room together, and eventually share a condo as we get older.
We're only kidding.
Hi, everyone. Good luck to the class of 1995.
The science department at Syosset High School allows students to be involved in hands-on activities and experiments. From dissecting an earthworm to locate the gizzard, to trying to find out the speed of light, the students at Syosset have discovered almost anything they need to know in the wide world of science.
On Friday night, June 16th, Syosset High School had its senior prom. The night every senior has been talking about for months. It was held at the breathtaking Waldorf Astoria in New York City, and the over 500 people that attended, including students, teachers, and administrators, were dressed in their black tie best.
How's the class of 1995 feeling out there?
This year's prom song was Young and Innocent by Ellie Font, and entertainment was provided by no other than Mr. Baller's band and a DJ. Although the night went by really quickly, it was definitely a night that we will remember in our hearts forever.
This year's top music.
Sucker, baby, what the cowgirls do. Wanna take a guy home with me tonight? And I will not let go. That's just 'cause we get up on you. On the streets of Philadelphia.
Craig,
Brian, John, and everybody else. We love you, and we just wanted to say goodbye and good luck, and keep in touch because we love you. Bye.
Congratulations, class of 1995.
Good luck with everything you do. We had a great time together this year. Best of luck. We'll miss you.
I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you very much to all the teachers and everybody who had the patience to keep me going, to keep me on track, and to help me succeed. I wanted to say thank you very much to Mom and Dad. Both, I love you very much. Thanks. And especially I'd like to thank Vicky. I love you, Singapore. See you in Paris.
Hello to everybody out there in TV land. I just want everybody at Syosset High School to remember all the good times that we had, all the good times we had that we really can't remember, and all the good times we can remember. It's been a great year, and that's all.
I'd like to say goodbye to everyone. I'm really going to miss you all. You know who you are. Gina standing next to me, Eden, Naomi, Marissa, Pam, Christy, Trisha, Nikki, Jen, Emily. I love all you guys. I'm really going to miss you.
The police department sought and obtained a warrant for the arrest of O.J. Simpson, charging him with the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Lyle Goldman.
That devastating earthquake that killed 5,500 people and caused more than $100 billion in damage.
In Belfast, Catholics and Protestants led separate torch-lit parades and embraced when they met.
Voters give Republicans control of the House and Senate for the first time in 40 years.
It's crazy. This is Woodstock 94.
We're in Indiana.
Connecticut.
Canada.
The shuttle Endeavour and its crew of 7 are prepared to make history. 4 crew members will spend their time conducting astronomy observations and maintenance on 3 exotic telescopes in the shuttle's cargo bay.
With the first day of 1995 came the roar of Russian tanks captured by the Chechens.
And when the bomb ripped apart the federal building in Oklahoma City, people as far away as 30 miles felt the rumble.
Here's another look at all the different faces that make Syosset High School so unique.
During the final week of school, Syosset High School had its annual and much anticipated Ice Cream Day to celebrate and reward the students and faculty for all the achievements and accomplishments they made during the school year. This end-of-year tradition began 2 years ago when Syosset won the coveted U.S. Education Department Blue Ribbon School of Excellence Award.
Students and faculty alike don aprons and participate in serving ice cream while the jazz band entertains the crowd. The art of yearbook signing, picture taking, and reminiscing also takes place.
At 8 o'clock on Tuesday, June 27, 1995, Syosset High School held its 37th annual graduation ceremony. The class of 1995's valedictorians were Jessica Weinberg and Stephanie Will, and the salutatorian was Jane Kim. The senior class speaker was Leah Elaluf. The over 435 students that graduated were filled with excitement and anticipation.
It was also a time of sadness for the graduating seniors because the ceremony marked the end of our 4 years at Syosset. After all the speeches and diplomas were distributed, the seniors knew it was over, and it was time to say goodbye to a year where many lasting memories and friendships were made.
The opinion should be seen as a positive one for us.
one that can help us confront our insecurities about an unsure future.
Self-realization, self-reliance, and take responsibility, but we must also experience a parallel process of collectivism.
The highest percentage ever in this school's history, this class will be seated.
Now meets the best friend of student government, and of all the students at Syosset for that matter, Mr. Rondell.
On May 23rd, June 1st, and June 6th, we're on a trip to the Pilgrim State Food Bank in order to assist in the boxing and shipping.
These are the days, the sweetest times.
Ben and Boxell. Lawrence A. Circle. Ellie Gallagher.
We'll rattle the house like the wind. Above us, so unbending.
Lisa Beth Gray. Honors
Battle the is rushing by us. Hold it now and don't let go. These are the days, the sweetest days we'll know. So we'll whisper our dreams here in the darkness, watching the stars till they're gone. And when even the memories have all faded away, these days go on and on. Listen now, you can hear our heartbeat. Hold me now and don't let go. These are the days, every day.
Last advice, remember that the lucky individual is the individual who never stops learning. And so now that you have walked on this stage, received your diploma, and most importantly, listened to my last advice, it is with great pleasure that I declare you graduates of Syosset High School.
Right now, the Multimedia Yearbook, the book, the video, and now CD-ROM in selected schools. It's the yearbook set for today.